Dear Mr. Duvall, I read the article in February 25th edition of the New Times detailing the trials and tribulations of Sunny Acres. I know someone who was dismissed from the Maxine Lewis shelter and became a client of Sunny Acres several months ago. I prefer not using his name at this time, but he is a true success story, as I saw him recently and he really cleaned up his act. Since he has been a resident on your farm, I have seen many positive things happening in his life. I was totally overwhelmed. Whatever you're doing out there, it works. I too was dismissed for ridiculous reasons from Maxine's, Prado. They appear to be the same entity. I had nowhere to go, and I lived in the woods during January, record low temps. The system failed for me, and as I recover from my incident, actively receiving medical and mental help, I am a supporter for Sunny Acres and your quest for growth. Sloan needs it. I will help with your plea in any way. God bless your wonderful works. With warm regards, Marilyn.
I was born and raised on this ranch. I left the day after I graduated, and I started leading a kind of a wild life. I was racing motorcycles, going to college, got married, working 3 or 4 jobs, partying. Then I got divorced. I moved to Phoenix, and then I got seriously addicted to drugs, and I had to get off of that. And then I was, even though I quit the drugs, I kept drinking. And that got more serious, so I had to quit drinking. Then I got off of cigarettes. And I enjoy working with the people and kind of giving them a new start in life, or another step, or whatever. In program, we call it giving back. There's people out of prison. There's people out of mental health. There's people out of the crick. There's people that just don't have the rent. There's elderly. There's just everybody that doesn't have any place to go. They call us on the phone. Sometimes the other programs like Transitions call us up. Of course, parole, probation, drug and alcohol, they all send people here from the county and different agencies. At our place, room and board, full bore, is $5.50 a month. That's the most we charge anybody. Right now we have 40 people. There's probably 20 people that are paying $4.10 or $5.50. That's $4.10 if they're not eating here, and $5.50 if they are eating here. Now, out of the 40 people we got here, 20 are paying $4.10 or $5.50. Then there's probably 10 that are paying between $2.50 and $3.50. But they're working to help subsidize their food and you know, the lodging. And then there's probably another 10 making up the rest of the 40 that aren't working at all. They aren't paying at all. They're working like 7 days a week and helping with the program. We have no staff here. The clients do everything, from working in the shop to cooking the food to maintenance on the house, to building the new house, to working on the tractors, to taking care of the cattle. Everything. We have no staff. The clients do everything.
Today I've been doing a little bit of demolition on an RV out back, so we can scrap it and possibly use whatever parts off of it that we can. We pretty much gut the whole inside. Then we'll start tearing apart the outside, taking off all the aluminum, scrapping that for recycle. Any kind of copper that we get, we recycle as well. And wood, we have a big burn pile. Every once in a while we'll have AA meetings around a fire. We work from 7 to 4 every day. Then after that, after 4 o'clock is our time. We pretty much do what we'd like, you know, which is mostly sleep, because we're kind of tired from working our butts off all day long. But it's a pretty good arrangement here, you know. People can change their lives if they want to.
After about 6 years as a law enforcement officer, I began drinking real heavily. Ultimately lost my career. my wife, my housing, and ultimately fell to becoming a drug addict, street-level drug addict, which resulted in me going to prison. And it's been a 20-year journey for me to get back to some semblance of normality in my thinking, in my life, and my self-esteem, my self-respect, all those things that you throw out the window when you practice addiction. You lose yourself. Nothing, in my addiction, all I can speak for is myself, but in my addiction, nothing mattered but the getting and using the drugs. It's taken me a long time to get back, and a big part of that was having a place like Sunny Acres that's safe to get clean and sober and to get my life back together. And I'm forever grateful to this program. It's why I believe in this program. It's why I advocate to this program. It's a tough program. It's a work-based program, but it's a compassionate program. You know, we take people that no one else will take, whether they have obstacles due to probation or parole, lifestyle, disabilities, both physical, mental, emotional, and there's really no generic barrier that'll keep somebody from coming here. Self-sufficient program. As you can see the work going on, it's a growing program. And it's a program that's moving from the past into the future. You know, I really believe in Sunny Acres' potential to help people. I've seen the evidence of it. Seen people come here that had absolutely nothing but a bag of clothes when they came up the driveway. They were able to come here, work, stay in the program, maintain some sobriety, and in some cases find a job, different housing, and move on with their lives. We had a guy come in here from up north, and it took him about a week to get here, him hauling around, just strung out on meth. His wife had kicked him out of his house, crying on the phone, suicidal. And he came here, and his first day, he's supposed to work out in the field, and he's out there, and I'm working with him. We were putting in this sewage septic line. And this guy, he's crying and everything, and I'm all, well, you know, if you need to go lay down, you know, just go lay down. And Bill walks along, and he's like the work manager. He goes, "Yeah, ain't no laying down here. Get your ass in there and dig." And he's down there choking, missing his wife and everything like that. Well, recently he left the program after 6 months. And this guy is something else. I mean, he's working as a cook now here in town. He's got 2 jobs, got his own place with a bunch of clean and sober people that are like him, has reunited with his wife. And just day by day, I'd go, "How you doing, bud?" And he'd go, "Man, I'm about 16%, but he'd still be out there doing what he needed to do. And then after a while, he took a 30-day chip. I go, "How you doing?" He goes, "I'm about 85%. And then about 2 months later, he's all, "Hey, John." I go, "Yeah." He goes, "I'm 100%, man."